were referring to you as the reincarnation of Tupac.
About 5 years ago, about 5 years ago, I had, well, six years ago, a girl hit me on an email, and she was like, I didn't know her. I didn't even know how she got my email. She's like, "Are you Tupac?" Like, I just laughed. I was like, nah, what I'm saying? Listen, went on to explain her, and then, we friends to this day. She's still cool to this day and stuff, because she, she got it. I didn't have to, draw no blood for her to understand what the hell I was saying and stuff, that made sense and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then, so then a year later, I'm coming from this cruise, me and my wife and stuff. And so my son picked us up from the airport. So my son, when we get in the car, he said, "Daddy," he said, "Man, you all over the internet. People think that you Tupac." He said, "There's these people that's making videos and stuff and placing your face next to his and, using Photoshop and, coming up with all these different theories saying that, your tattoo, your dry skin is tattoos and your tattoo removal and just all this." I was just like, I can't believe this is funny. I was like, wow. And I was looking at the, they make like got the little scary music behind it and stuff. So it's like, ooh, like we, this is, discoverable and stuff. And I'm like, I'm looking at it. And I'm like, I said, I guess if I didn't know who I was, I guess I probably would believe this shit too and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they made that shit. It made it all look believable and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I know who I am.
I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do because
you know what I'm saying? Like I know who the hell I am. So I'm like this. Nice try, but that shit don't. Like, I'm like, so then the next day my daughter comes and she's like, "Daddy, like no, these people was woo like this." And I'm like, because I just laughed it off at first. Like, are you serious? So I hop on Twitter one day and I see some woman arguing with Charlie, and she like, "Well, where are your pictures before 95? Where are your pictures before 96?" Wow. And I'm like, you're just dumb and stuff. And the first thing I thought about was like, there's a documentary called "This Is the Life" by Ava DuVernay that it's about the good life and stuff. Have you seen that?
But I heard about it.
Yeah. She did a tremendous documentary about the good life and stuff, and we're all in there.
Wow.
And we're actually on stage performing. So, and it has, with the videotape thing and stuff, it had a date thing on the video, the old school videotapes. They used to have the little date on it. So immediately I'm thinking about, I'm like, girl, you can just go to Netflix and go, what are you talking about? You can go see this. It's 94. So how am I Akil and Tupac in 94? So I look at the date and I said, the date is the 15th of September 94, right? So I said, let me go look up this date and see where Tupac was on this day. On the 14th, he was in Michigan being arraigned for assaulting somebody or whatnot and stuff. So I'm like, this shit don't make sense.
Right.
And if somebody that's intelligent enough to be able to see it, will be like, this, how they're not the same. How am I at the Good Life and nobody at the Good Life knows that this is Tupac and stuff?
Real talk.
I'm on videotape. We on videotape. You know what I'm saying? Like in 94. Right. You can go talk to a gang of people that understand what the good life is and stuff. You know what I'm saying? What I've noticed is that, you're dealing with a lot of young people that don't even know the good life ever existed. They don't even know nothing about that and stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that part right there of people not knowing and starting their history at YouTube.
Wow.
As opposed to there's history before YouTube and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are woke, so-called woke, because of YouTube.
Right. Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And so that right there caused people to, only rely on one source of information and stuff, which is YouTube, and which is,
Google.
some allowable shit and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this woman that Charlie is arguing with, this woman claims she's my cousin.
Wow. She went to that. Is she your cousin? Okay, I just wanted to make sure, but she went to that extent.
Well, she claims she's my cousin because she's saying that I'm Tupac. So she's saying that she's Tupac's cousin. And and don't you remember us growing up in Baltimore? And don't you remember us? You know, you grew up in Baltimore with me, and you this, that, and the other. And I'm like, woman, I don't know you from a fucking can of paint.
It's crazy.
I don't know you. This woman tried for like about a year and a half, almost 2 years, like constantly going back and forth with me in my messengers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm busting her all up wide open and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm asking her, I said, well, where's your pictures at of you and Tupac? If Tupac is your cousin, where's your pictures at? No pictures. Oh, I can't find them. I can't get this. All of this, and it's just simple, like how you just did. Like you were like, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, how are you Tupac's cousin? But do you know the rest of the people on the internet don't even care? They just believe this woman. So a lot of this shit came from this woman.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying that she started it, because I still don't know where it came from actually. But this woman was one of the main catalysts for this and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And she never had proved that she was Tupac's cousin. But people don't care about that. They just automatically believe, oh yeah, he is Tupac cousin. So they always say, yo, man, why you do your cousin like that, man? Your cousin. And I'm like, first of all, this woman is not my cousin. I never even met this woman. So she's supposed to live in Baltimore and stuff. I said, we just did a show in Baltimore. I said, we was just there, because she says, oh, Jurassic 5, they work for the CIA, and they took an oath with the elite to not perform in the United States. So they only perform overseas.
Wow.
And I'm like, we just did a show in Baltimore, where you live at. I said, as a matter of fact, we got another one coming up on this date. It was like 2 months prior to that. Oh, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. I just want to meet my cousin. I just want to do. The date came. I put her on the list. Do you know she didn't show up?
Wow.
And then got the nerve to still push this narrative on these people and stuff, and they just didn't believe it. And then, you know, I just left it alone at that point and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So other people then picked up and they want to clout chase and stuff. And yeah, we're going to come out with a documentary. And they said, so they supposed to come out with a documentary in August. And I'm like, I'm waiting for this documentary. Please put this documentary out. I want you to put this documentary out, because it's one thing to say you're going to put something out, but then you have to deal with public scrutiny after you put it out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you can say what you want to say. And what are you going to say that hasn't already been said?
Real talk.
Already. You're not saying nothing new that I haven't already heard and stuff. So you're going to make a documentary about what? Exposing what? like you're going to be exposed and stuff. So come August, nothing. Nothing. And this person ended up just disappearing and stuff. So when this person disappeared, they like, oh, he was with Akil. They put this together to build publicity and stuff. They was faking. They both was. I was like, y'all niggas, you just need somebody to believe in. You need me to be Tupac. You need me to be Tupac in order to fit your narrative of your bullshit ass theory and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
it's so many theories out there, man. About everything. They say Tupac went to Cuba. They say Tupac, Lil Wayne once said that Tupac possessed him one time when he, all these different things that these people say. Brother Akil, I wanted to ask you, so let me ask you, okay, so we see with Jurassic 5, you guys dropped a few albums. You guys ended up eventually breaking up in 2007, right? One of the things that I keep hearing people say, when I'm doing my research, is that there was musical differences. Now, and I'm curious, what do you guys mean by musical differences? Because I almost feel like that's one of the things that people just say when there's really like sit underneath the surface.
Yeah, no, that was untrue. That was untrue.